the Trump administration has now earned the loyalty of the Venezuelan people, and not only that, everyone else who's watching what's going on. People who are not even Venezuelan are watching and seeing who's on the right side of history and who's against it. They're seeing all the positive this administration is doing and who is trying to sabotage it and protest against nonsense. I mean, so this is a huge win for us. I mean, we've already been seeing, like, even me, I was always a Democrat. My family was always Democrat, and we could now see that the Democratic Party is not what it was. It's been hijacked by radicals. So we've already seen a huge shift to the right, but now, oh boy.
Democrats, I hope you know you lost the Hispanic vote for generations. Testing the capture of Maduro and asking for his release has offended every single Hispanic voter that there is in the country. Every Hispanic voter knows somebody or has family members from Venezuela or South America. Everybody knows how horrible the dictatorship of Maduro and Chavez has been for Latin Americans. You just keep proving to everyone over and over again that you don't know what you're doing, that you don't care about anyone. You only care about your optics and what it means to be opposed to the Republican Party.
So you mean to tell me that American liberals who never stepped foot inside Venezuela are upset that we got rid of a corrupt dictator, yet the same people in Venezuela who live there, who were under that rule, are celebrating? So you mean to tell me the Americans who've never been there are angry, yet the people who live there are celebrating? Make it make sense.
I'm an American married to a Venezuelan, and I woke up this morning to a bunch of texts from my friends from the US that were like, I'm so sorry, we're praying for your husband and his family. And how do I tell them that my husband woke me up this morning with a glass of champagne?
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling up today. As much as the left, mainstream media, corporate media, Democrats, liberals, you name it, as much as they want to say or and cry and boo-hoo and whine about Maduro being taken out of Venezuela, the Hispanic population, the Venezuelan population are done with the Democrat Party. And they're letting it be known, and they're showing their appreciation for the president. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
I heard you're from Venezuela.
Yes, I'm come from Venezuela.
And you don't agree with any of these people here, right?
No, I'm not agree. I'm not agree with Trump because Trump helped to my country obtain the libertad.
Can I ask you, there's a bunch of Americans here who have never
lived in a communist and socialist country with a socialist government.
So Americans are protesting here against the arrest of Maduro. They've never been to Venezuela before in their life, and you have, but they stand against the Venezuelan people. How do you feel about that?
I feel happy. We're so fucking happy.
Or in Margarita Island, or in the Llanos. How do the people in the Llanos feel about that?
Are you living?
I'm asking you the
No,
question.
I'm asking you.
Have you been to Venezuela? Have you been to Venezuela?
For the last 21 years in Venezuela with a communist and socialist government.
So,
your guys have idea.
Let me give you some advice. Let me give you some advice.
Yeah. Don't have idea.
Let me give you some advice.
I'm convinced that liberals are some of the most ignorant people in the country, and they are the absolute worst. Goodness gracious.
So, Republicans divided about what the president's done in Venezuela?
Let me be very clear. There is no rift in the Republican Party. Yes, there are some folks like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie who are quite skeptical of this. They are very much in the minority. What are we talking about here? Well, why don't we just talk the GOP on the U.S. military ousting Maduro? Ipsos, 65% support, 6% opposed. How about the Washington Post poll? 74% support, just 10% opposed. If you look among 2024 Trump supporters, we're talking about 80% support. The vast, vast majority of Republicans are with Donald Trump on this issue. Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene are very much in the minority. Very few Republicans are with him.
You say they're with him on this issue. Do you even need those words, this issue?
No, I don't need the words this issue, because the bottom line is this. Donald Trump has had an iron grip on that Republican base for a long period of time, and it is the same iron grip that he had 6 months ago. I know every so often people are trying to say, oh, I spot these little rifts in the Republican base. Oh, you know, they're finally starting to break. They're starting to break from Donald Trump. It ain't happening, at least when it comes to the approval rating. Look at this. 84% 6 months ago, 85% now. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to know 85% and 84% are basically the same number. In fact, 85% is 1 point higher than 84%.
Show me iron grip again.
The American people, especially the Republican Party, those of us on this side of things, we voted for this. We voted for somebody that said they were going to get in office and put America first. If you get into the nuts and bolts of this, you get into the details of this situation here. Yes, Maduro's a bad guy, but it's really about the protection of the Western Hemisphere. I cover that in another video, but that's what this is about. And if people understood that, especially those on the left, and if they didn't just listen to, some of the left winger, radical, individuals out there that think that, maintaining our way of life is easy, they need to understand that freedom isn't free. And there are things that need to be done. Strength through power, right? Or peace through power. How about that? It has to be done. I'm about making sure that we can maintain our way of life. And it looks like there's a lot of you guys out there that think the way that I think.
We don't care about the oil, that if Trump is going to get it, we don't care about that. We don't care because Russia and Cuba has been taking it anyway. All we care is that we have hope again. More people are not going to die. The students has hope again. And that's what we care. My grandmother, she passed away last year because she didn't have enough medicine to survive. We didn't have food enough. If you think and you're supporting that they didn't came the right way and it was illegal, you can go to Venezuela and then you can spend like 10 days there and see how it feels you have to eat food from the trash. You have no gas. You have to wait 2 weeks to get a half tank of the gas. You have no meat, you have no chicken, you have nothing to eat, nothing. Just have empathy and be happy for Venezuela and all the people that you know from Venezuela, because now we have hope again, and we're so happy that this is happening. Little by little, obviously we know that it's not gonna happen right away, but now it's one step.
Yeah, it's a process, and they understand that. But the people that have lived within the tyrannical regime of Maduro there in Venezuela, they are ecstatic about this. Now, it's crazy when Ana Navarro is defending this. Now, of course, they're going to try to find a way to spin this back to the administration or Trump. They didn't go about something the right way. But, it's pretty wild when Ana is actually defending this move.
Your question, who voted for this? Mm-hmm. The people in South Florida. The Venezuelan community, the Cuban American community, the Nicaraguan American community voted for this. And for us, this is a very, very happy day when we see a dictator who has been part of oppressing and abusing the Venezuelan people for 25 years. When we see him in handcuffs and held to some sort of accountability, it brought me to tears. It brought me great joy. And, I live in South Florida.
But are you okay with the way that it was done?
But you can, I think both things can be true.
Okay.
Oh man, I can't stand Sonny. Are you okay with the way it was done? Really? How were they supposed to do it? How else were they supposed to do it, Sonny Hostin?
I think you can criticize and ask questions and have concerns about the way it was done and what this means in the future.
Right.
And I think you can still celebrate that this murderous, corrupt, sadistic son of a bitch is out of Venezuela.
Yeah.
Because he has, I think there's 8 million Venezuelan exiles all over the world. People have fled from this man's tyrannical rule. So for me...
Yeah. And Sonny Hostin, she still can't help herself. Is like, but it wasn't done properly. It could have been done better. These people suck. Oh my goodness, I can't stand them.
This video is for my lefty friends of the United States of America. Thank you so much for being so concerned about our oil. But where were you at when people were starving and dying because of that? Where were you at when people were getting killed in the streets for raising their voices against the government? Where were you at where China, Russia, and Iran were sucking all our oil. And not only that, gold and diamonds too. I think that we're dumb. We know that nothing is for free. This oil is not new for us. We know that we had that. But guess what? 86% of Venezuelans are in poverty right now. And this is something that is happening for the last 26 years. So even though we have that oil, we have those minerals, we're in poverty. That's why 8 million people have left the country. That's why more than 8,000 people have been in jail for their release. What is so interesting to me is that you're more concerned about oil than lives. I think that you need to measure and have more empathy. What happened 2 days ago was really important for us. It's scary. My family is still there. My friends are still there and they're scared because the uncertainty is so huge right now. Besides that, we are glad that one of the main reasons that all this nightmare has been happening is in jail right now.
Yeah, the people are happy. And this is a young lady who, obviously has, got an opportunity to, get up out of Venezuela, but she still has people there. And I would assume that she wants to go back there. And this is going to afford her an opportunity to do so. And everybody needs to understand that the world is not some utopian place. Freedom isn't free. It costs to maintain a positive way of life. It does. And the fact that you have these Democrats out here marching against the move, it's just baffling to me. It really is, man. And the fact that they were out there in the streets marching almost immediately is even more baffling.
Riddle me this, Batman. Explain to me how, after Trump goes into Venezuela in the middle of the night, a couple of hours later, in New York, you have an organized march with thousands of people with banners, signs, flags, and the signs are all matching. They've all been printed. They were at the same print press.
It's so crazy.
Who's working overtime? Who's setting this up? Are these guys paid? Like, there is no way that you can get all these people and have all these signs overnight. I'm sorry, and not even a couple of hours. These people were out in the morning. Trump was going to Venezuela at 2 or 3 in the morning. And these people were out like, what, 7, 8, 9? Organized? Bro, who's doing this? I'm sorry, this is not organic.
No, it's definitely not. Definitely not organic. I have some suspicion as to who is in charge or involved, at least where the money come from. We understand that there's a lot of paid protesters out there, but hey, it is what it is. This is America. You got the ability to protest. But I am a firm believer that when people show you who they are, you have to believe them. And I'm glad that the Hispanic people in this country have woken up and they've realized that the Democrat Party, it's an evil institution, man. And these are some wicked, evil individuals. And I'm glad that everybody's getting a chance to see it. I'm glad that they're being overt about it because they were really good for a long time and into hiding it. But now they can't help themselves. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family, or you can buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first, stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth. Words so sharp.